There is a saying, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. And I feel that's where Mikel Arteta is heading. Let's not beat around the bush. Before Mikel Arteta came to Arsenal, we were in disarray. We needed big surgery at the club. The fans and the club, there was no cohesion. The fans had turned against the club. They had turned against Arsene Wenger the couple of seasons prior. They turned against Unai Emery after losing the Europa League final to Chelsea 4-0. And they turned against the owner, the Kroenkes, for not being ambitious enough to sign players or to make decisions for Arsenal to go on to be successful. Then Arteta came in, and as I said, we needed surgery. He came in and he performed that surgery. Albeit it was slow, it was painful, but it got us there. It got us and we recovered to the point where we were able to now start challenging for the Premier League, for the Champions League, 3 years in a row. We came second, to the point where we got ourselves the name second again. Ole, ole, ole. Let's remind ourselves the last time Arsenal came second 3 years running, they won the Premier League the 4th year after. But let's not kid ourselves here. This is not back in the days. Yeah? This is not back in the days. And unfortunately, clubs and other teams are so advanced now that there's a potential that will never happen again. There was another quote by a great man who also managed this club called Arsene Wenger. He said, at Arsenal, success is compulsory, not accidental. This man has won 3 Premier Leagues with Arsenal. In the last 3 years, Arsenal have gotten the second best points in the Premier League between them, Liverpool and Man City. But they have nothing to show for it. Man City has 2 Premier League titles. Liverpool has 1. Everybody said the year that Manchester City falls off will become Arsenal's time to succeed. But guess what? Arne Slot had a different plan for Arsenal. He came in his first season and he won the Premier League. Nobody, absolutely nobody is going to remember the amount of points that you accumulated 3 seasons in a row. But what they will remember is the amount of trophies you won within that year. Not that you scored the most goals, you accumulated the best points, you got the best defense in the world. No one in the next 10 to 15, 20 years is ever going to remember that. They're going to remember the titles that you won. And Mikel Arteta right now is not even looking remotely like he's going to be the man to take Arsenal to the title, whether it's Champions League, whether it's Premier League. And I do hope he proves me wrong. I really do hope he proves me wrong. Because honestly speaking, as I said, at Arsenal, success is not an accident. It's compulsory. Arsene Wenger also said you can never escape the history of this club. At some clubs, success is accidental sometimes, but at Arsenal, it is compulsory. Don't be scared to be ambitious, he said. It's not an humiliation to have a high target and fail. For me, the real humiliation is to have a target and not to give everything to reach that. Mikel Arteta against Liverpool and against Manchester City lacked ambition and he humiliated us. He basically played our best attacking midfielder available to the squad at the time on the bench. He came on at halftime and he had more creativity in 45 minutes than any other player on the pitch. And this is where I say you either live long enough to be a hero or you live long enough to become your own villain. And I just feel like Arteta is becoming a villain within the Arsenal fan base to the point where he has all the tools to his armory, in his armory. And everyone's saying, this is it. This is the year. He must win it. He's got 2 best, probably starting 11s that a lot of clubs will probably bite his hand off to have. yet he chooses to mishandle that, to misuse it. And honestly, it's getting to the point again where the fan base are deciding or debating, should I say, is it Arteta in or is it Arteta out? Where do we actually go from here? I'm of the opinion if Arteta does not win a trophy, a substantial trophy, and I'm not talking Carabao Cup, I'm not talking FA Cup, I'm talking Premier League or the Champions League. If he doesn't win one of those this season, unfortunately, we're going to have to show him the door.